Hustle in the lobby, bright lights, reflections. Screen flickers, tales of crime and affection. Baristas mix caffeine with tales of deception. Lawyers joking, shadows plot their redemption. Case files like popcorn scatter on the floor. Jury's out in line, folks begging for more. Quirky loopholes twist through every door. Paparazzi flash for the courtroom encore. Legal shenanigans, theater, baby, where justice lasts. Crime and humor dance, baby, a curious path. Grab your ticket, honey, let the gavel smash. In the flood of laughter, see the roll splash. Scoundrels with a smile, defense on their lips.
Yay, we're back. And it's with the best guest, the Samuel No Jackson. He's the Zero Sugar Samuel No Jackson.
Yes, I am back from the dead. Ironically, after Easter. So go figure that one out.
Copycat. Yeah, Easter, it was all rainy and gross here, so I was basically in bed, which was no fun.
Yeah, I think all I did on Easter was because I was sick. I watched tornadoes on
Oh
YouTube.
yeah. Yes, I was watching like tornadoes and twisters and hoping we weren't going to be next because it was like, please, dear God, don't leave me without the internet with these children. Which, probably isn't a very, constructive prayer.
I mean, it could
No,
be.
well, she burned him first. The jury did decide. Then she ran him over on her way to go get him help, as you do.
I mean, it's an effective method, we'll say.
Now, Vale, I want to get your reaction. Of all the people that you thought Linda Stermer's secret boyfriend was going to be, was it this guy?
Linda Stermer.
Yes, I did.
And how did you?
No, because for some reason, whenever I hear Linda Stermer, for some reason, I think of some type of a white supremacist for some reason. Maybe it's because it's Stermer, Stormer. I don't know. Like it just. So no, that is not what I expected.
Believe me, the shock I felt because again, like you, I had preconceived notions of who Linda would find smexy.
Yeah,
But
I'm surprised by
now
this.
we are going to go into, because the defense picked this man
Oh,
to
okay.
cross-examine him.
That's a bold
It's a bold
choice.
voice. Yeah. So just when you thought it couldn't get more incoherent, it does.
Well, I mean, I've heard some doozies in the past, so let's see what they got.
Even walks slow. Oh, we're gonna have to put him up to 1.25. I forgot that
Oh,
they're both
yes.
slow.
This is the slow
Your,
talker.
You haven't got to hear Mr. Secret Lover yet, because he's slow too. It is like dueling Morgan Freeman's.
Are you sure?
But not in a way that makes you feel like you're getting like homespun wisdom, but more like, am I having a stroke?
It's not like the voice of God, Morgan Freeman. It's more just of a torturous thing.
Yes.
Williams, you stated that you were employed at, or are you still employed at Chemlink? Is that the name of the company?
No, I'm not.
Okay. But in reference to the matter that you testified on direct, you were employed at Chemlink?
Yes.
And where's Chemlink located at?
At the time, it was in Schoolcraft.
Beg your pardon?
At the time, it was in Schoolcraft, Michigan.
And how long had you
Okay.
been employed?
Vale, as a male person with facial hair, what in the actual fuck is this called? Now, a mistake, I would think, but
I mean, it's definitely a mistake, but I believe that is a not long Fu Manchu.
oh, okay, but that's like a half chew.
It's well, the Fu Manchu is kind of like the
Well, yeah, but
slightly
his
racist.
mustache does not attach to his nose. I what is going on here?
Well, that's what the Fu Manchu is, though. Like, it's a really thin mustache and like little whatever wannabe tickler down the chin, and
Ah, I
but
don't know,
yeah,
but I can see him playing in Kill Bill.
definitely he could definitely be cast in Kill Bill with that whatever thing on his face.
Yes, as
I mean,
just
yes,
what is
maybe
so
it's just the best that he can grow.
yeah, those glasses were also a choice.
No, it is not a soul patch. So I'll have to explain what a soul patch is because I had one for about 10 years.
Oh
So
my God,
if
Vale,
you
stop. No.
if if you trim off the whole mustache, and so like just below the lower lip, if you just kept the top part, not so where his chin bulges out, you now to shave all that below that. So it's
Oh
just that.
yeah.
That's what you call the tickler.
Oh my God.
Also known as the soul patch.
Ah, yeah. Again, not the guy I expected Linda Stermer to be with.
No.
And since we went through the States Direct, I'll just kind of paraphrase. He thought that Linda was very attractive. Again, this was nearly 18 years ago, so who
Maybe
knows?
she was.
Maybe she was. He met her, knew she was married, decided he was not going to approach her because, like, she was attractive, but he was, she was married and he didn't want to, get involved, with a married woman. Well, she got his number from HR for some reason, started like basically stalking this man, according to him,
Hmm.
stalked him, and finally he just couldn't say no. So they would go cruising together. They went to a museum, but they mostly just slept together.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
gonna say, I wonder what kind of museum, quote unquote, that they went together.
I think it was like the kids museum or something ridiculous. Like, why are you guys going on a tryst to a museum?
Yeah, I mean, like, what happened to like good old fashioned like movie theater or,
Yeah,
something? I
drive
mean,
in,
yeah,
drive
exactly.
through if you're quick enough. I mean, one of them car washes. I mean,
That reminds me of something. They have drive-ins in Tennessee.
ooh. Okay,
Not
here's the
kidding.
problem with drive-ins is basically I would be paying to sleep in my car, and as I am not homeless, I just can't ever stay up late at night. So, and they only do them in the summer when, it takes forever to get dark.
Well, so in where I was in Tennessee is it wasn't just at night. Because
Oh,
there were some like earlier ones or whatever, because they had like the whole place set up like specifically for that. So the whole area was kind of positioned in a certain way and trees and stuff. So yeah. Anyway,
that is cool.
yeah. But
Now,
yeah, why they can just go to a
the
movie.
next 5 minutes is going to be the lawyer not understanding that even though he was employed as a truck driver in small sort of manufacturing companies, truck drivers can sometimes work on the floor and then, do deliveries as needed.
I
So,
mean, if I remember correctly, I mean that's not very nice to say about Linda. I mean, she wasn't that big.
well, yeah, but she did kind of make her friend wait outside as she boinked this guy. So,
Well,
not the best friend.
that's just kind of, you know, a bitch move.
Yeah. Linda didn't make the best choices.
Well,
Since 2003.
Okay. And you said you was a truck driver, right?
Yes, the local
And what shift did you work?
day shift.
Day shift?
Yes,
Is that considered the first shift?
yes.
Do you recall the time when Ms. Stermer began working there?
Okay, his face is, I am thinking really hard, and yet no question has been asked.
yeah. Well, maybe he's trying to remember when she started working there. And
True.
He's like, I don't know. He's like, when did I see this bitch?
That being said, like, I tried to block her out.
Yeah, it's like once I found out this lady was married, he's like, I just was like, fuck that. And he's like, so
Yeah.
I went after the lady who greeted people at the door.
When she started working there, we was in Kalamazoo.
Was where?
The company was small, and we had 2 or 3 different buildings. We stored the raw material in one building, and we made it in another, and I transported to shipping. My job was to transport materials back and forth.
So Ms. Stermer didn't work at the same location where you was a truck driver at, is that right?
Yes, she did. In one of the facilities.
Oh dear God. I shit you not. It is going to be 10 minutes of them both trying to explain to each other
How his work works.
that yes, he is a truck driver, but he also worked at, multiple factories, moving parts and pieces, to different factories.
I mean,
Michigan, how close to Chernobyl are you? Because I have some questions.
maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's the water that goes to the Great Lakes that's like contaminated by the Hudson River or something. I don't know.
It's the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Gave them all lead poisoning.
Yeah.
I said it was 3.
3 facilities on the
Yes.
same.
There was a storage where we stored the raw materials. My job was to transport the raw materials to the building, which we made it at. And then once it got packaged, I drove it to Ransom Street, which is on the north side, to be shipped out.
So which facility did Ms. Stermer work at?
The one on Factory Street, where they made the material.
And is it called a particular name?
It was part of Kimberly.
Yeah.
The company grew. That's how we ended up.
Oh my God. How does this man become a lawyer and not understand that a company that is in manufacturing has raw materials, then a maybe manufacturing, then maybe a shipping area?
Yeah, it's like Walmart has distribution centers, and then they have stores, and then they have, if you're lucky, you get a Sam's Club. I mean, it's
Ooh.
like they have different things. It's like, why is this a
Yeah.
difficult thing to understand?
Well, so there is there are allegations that the lawyer currently talking had to leave his practice because of a DUI or alleged a little bit of alcoholism.
I mean,
So
is that why he talks
that is
slow?
the allegation.
Is that why he talks slow?
Well,
He just
you
killed
know,
too many brain cells?
Vale, how dare you? There is not a scintilla of evidence that he has ever drunk ever. He is an American man from an American fabric of an American lawyer of American alcoholism. I mean,
Well, I think the fact that he's a lawyer just proves that he drinks. I mean, it's just,
true.
it's like, it's part of the job title.
Old Line Red said there actually is a big nuclear power plant about 30 miles away from these folks.
I mean, that might explain a lot.
That explains a hell of a lot.
Moving out the schoolcraft under one roof. So everything got transported out there.
What shift did Ms. Stermer work?
First.
First shift? Are
It
you
was
sure?
only first shift when I was there.
So it's not a second shift?
What the shit? It's like you told him that there was no Santa, and he's like, you shitting me? What about the Easter Bunny?
It's like he also added the when I was there. It's like they may have a third shift now, but when he was there, no, sir, there was not. There was
No,
one.
and he's just like flabbergasted of all the things this man could say. He's like, there wasn't a second shift, and this man is all agog.
It's- the things to be upset about. It's like just get to the point of like what you're trying to get at. Like, don't be upset that there wasn't a
It
second
is
shift.
impossible for this man to get to the point.
Well, yeah.
No, not at that time.
You don't know exactly when Ms. Stermer started working there, though, right?
Not the exact date.
Well, what month? What year?
He's like, I didn't even know the bitch. Like, what?
It's like I'm not in HR. Like
Seriously. Oh my gosh.
like what a goob.
Yeah.
Year.
06.
What month?
Probably June, July, somewhere around that. Summertime.
She was wearing short shorts. That's how I remember.
The Michigan Dukes, I guess. I don't know.
The Sarah Boone pink shorts, which I am looking for a dupe of the Sarah Boone pink shorts. So if you see them on Amazon, send me a link. Sarah Boone is coming back and I'm getting shorts.
Oh,
Now, I
Lord.
do have a hedge outside my house, but I will not be attempting to straddle it in any way. It's a high hedge, and I'm not even coordinated on a good day. So
Oh,
there you
dear.
go. But to Dollywood, I'm bringing the Sarah Boone shorts. I just thought y'all should know.
Oh, Lord.
So if you're a truck driver and Ms. Stermer's working in a facility where she's working inside, is that correct?
Yes.
And was part of your job to be in the same building where Ms. Stermer was working?
Yes, when I was not transporting materials, I worked in the shop,
Okay. Doing what?
packaging.
And was she also packaging?
Oh,
Yes.
he was packing
Well,
all
I
right.
mean, I packaged her later.
He was packaging something. Her husband didn't know, but he was definitely packaging something.
That look says, I did it and I'm okay with it. He's like, we all make mistakes. Look, I didn't know Linda was going to be crazy, okay?
I mean, isn't that just kind of like the default thing for like most guys? I didn't know she was going to be crazy.
To be fair, I think I did try to warn Mr. Mo, but I didn't tell him about the wigs or the fact that I was going to spend 2 hours today working on a puppet for
Yeah.
reasons.
I mean, those are probably things that you don't want to disclose ahead of time.
They're definitely not first date. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
maybe like,
the wig thing, maybe. Like, maybe he's into it, you know? Maybe he's like, oh,
yeah,
look, I
yeah,
can have a blonde, a brunette, a redhead. I can get it all.
true. It's the stick puppet thing that he's a little confused about.
I mean, I seen the stick bubba, guys. There is reason for his concern.
It's the greatest thing I have ever made in my entire life.
I mean, it is good, but there's definitely reason for concern.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just saying that it doesn't rise to the full Baker act, but I would keep an eye on me too. Maybe not let me play with like anything but Fisker scissors as well.
Yeah, you know, there's limits.
There are limits. Back to macrame.
Did y'all work next to each other?
One particular day.
Just one day?
Yes, side by side, yes.
Okay.
I was a truck driver, so I wasn't stationary.
Okay. And so after this one particular day, you stated that someone gave Ms. Stermer your telephone number?
Yes, I had a company phone at the time.
Who was that person that gave her your telephone number?
Mike Buchanan.
Mike who?
Buchanan.
Buchanan.
she tricked him into giving him, she asked him,
Yeah, maybe when your client is on, trial for murder because and she looks all manipulative, maybe don't let, her ex-lover say, "Oh, well, she tricked my, HR person into giving my company number to her by saying there was something, she needed to talk to work related."
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of crazy. Like I can't remember like if it was on YouTube or Twitter or something where like some lady did some crazy roundabout way of like she saw some guy that she liked. So she looked up his Facebook, found out that his mom has some like reading group that she goes to. So she joined the reading group and started talking to her and then like, oh, they have similar interests and all this stuff. And she's like, oh, look, I have a son that's single and all
Oh
this
my god.
like
This
just
is
to get to date this guy and like now they're dating and I'm like, oh my god, I
no.
hope this man sees this because like
I
that is
yes,
terrifying.
please. Yes, like, no.
Yeah,
Also,
no.
yeah, well, I'm just thinking her Snapped episode sounds like it's very close at hand. I
Yeah,
wouldn't. I mean, I
yeah,
kind of admire, like, all the background digging she did. I mean, I guess I'm just lazy because 'cause I'm like, "God, that's a lot of work."
yeah, like it's cute if you know the person maybe, but
It's
you're talking
cute,
about a
yeah.
total stranger that you saw like at a coffee shop or something. So you spent hours going through
Does
your
this man have
friends'
bunnies?
friends. I have no
Um,
idea. Like I just
dude, listen,
it's
Mo and Vale are telling you, for the love of God, get out and don't buy any bunny rabbits, okay? Also, move to Guam. Like, do not come back. Do not cut contact with your mother. She is on the side of evil.
see the thing that's the part that I actually kind of feel kind of bad about. His mom doesn't know.
Well, she doesn't know, but until, his mom sees the absolute cray-cray,
Well, then she's
then
gonna know.
yeah.
But it's like the length that this lady went through and then like the lady that I just said like what they the length that they've got have gone through to find stuff is just like oh my god, I'm like that is so terrifying.
That is terrifying, and also, what if he snores? I mean, you already, like, have a fake relationship with this guy. What if he, like, picks his boogers or has really crusty toenails?
Yeah,
Like, ew.
maybe he's got a micro ping. I mean,
Yeah,
who knows? But it's like that just the crazy effort that she went through to find this complete stranger of going through her friends' on Facebook to find some random dude. Think of that. You see somebody at
that is terrifying.
whatever, a restaurant or something. And so you spend hours, days, weeks going through your friends' friends on Facebook to find this person. Just
Well,
imagine the
all
time that it
this
would
makes me
take to
wanna
do
do is
that.
stay in my house.
Yeah, it's just, it's, it's so crazy to me. It's like, it gives
And
me
why
the
would you brag
heebie-jeebies
about this? This is not good behavior. Why are you bragging about it?
because she thinks that it was like some super romantic whatever, which is a problem.
No.
I
No.
mean,
Switch that around and say a dude did that. People would be screaming for his, head.
yeah, like this is like the essential like Jody area starter pack. Like that's what
Yes.
that is.
Oh my
It's
god,
like,
did she have crazy eyes?
oh God, she has the crazy eyes, and I mean she's got it all. It's
I
just
see, I'm at least hoping that, like, if crazy-eyed chick, like, has found my son and wants to date him, I'm gonna be like, "Look, son, she has a great rack, but those are some Manson lamps, okay? Date her, rentals, parties like a rental. Don't bring her home as a wife, okay?" Like,
yeah, exactly. It's like Ah, that poor man. Like I've thought about it numerous times over the last week that I have seen this stupid thing. I watched some terrible shit while I was sick, sorry. But
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm listening to these fake Reddit stories that are all basically the same Reddit story about, like, the golden child and, martyr, dichotomy in families. They're all
yeah.
basically the same story. It's AI voices, but for some reason, just the familiar rhythm of the stories and not having to be pay attention to them,
Mhm.
uh, it just kind of zones me out. My husband's like, "Why do you want to, listen to drama?" I'm like, "It's not my drama. It's not real, and it's not Karen Reed." So,
It's the robots talking to me.
yeah, pretty much.
Dear. Anyway, Manson lamp, stay away from
Well,
them.
what he told me,
Yes, yes. Do not look. Just male, female, Zimzer. Stay away from Manson lamps.
Yeah. And don't do crazy things to find a significant other like that,
Yeah.
because you're crazy.
No, yeah, that is, I could understand, like, again, spending an hour and a half working on a puppet. It's
Yeah.
probably doesn't make sense to a lot of other people, but I can see the potential. That's a puppet. I'm not picking out some rando from Kroger and thinking, "Gosh, that's an interesting project."
Well, yeah,
But
I guess
apparently
so.
some people are, and that's why in Mo's world, when I'm empress, all groceries will be delivered, and no one's allowed to call you, like, agoraphobic or, you know, like, gross or weird or antisocial for just getting your groceries delivered. Um, because have you met people? If you don't have social anxiety, I need to talk to you because have you met people?
Yeah. And then there's the people that deliver your groceries. Oh, Jesus. Like, I got a story for you. Jesus, I know we're like way off track already. Oh,
Yeah, well,
so
we're
when I
not
was,
missing the rapier wits of 2 mental fencers. We are not.
yeah, when I was sick, I ordered groceries. All right. And so this dude, like there was glass jars. I don't even remember of what. There was like a couple glass jars and like a couple of other jars that I don't believe were glass. And I got the thing that they were here, but I could hear the clinking of jars on the porch. And I'm like, I'm not opening the door until this guy leaves. Cause I'm trying to be nice and I don't want to get this guy sick. This dude was, for some reason, I don't know if he lost the bag or he broke the
Oh,
bag or
no.
something, but he keeps like taking a few steps back and like arranging the little glass jar in a different position. And then he'll like take a step back and look. And I'm like, sweet Jesus, what is this guy doing? And I'm like, and he's just like, I don't know, like maybe he is maybe on the spectrum or something and like just wanted arranged like a specific way or something. But it's like it was a little alarming how much time he spent doing
Well,
it.
I get that. I usually don't wanna go to the door when they're dropping it off because the times that I've been tempted to do grocery delivery have been when well, for lack of a better words, want really crap food. And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't wanna look people in the eyes when I've got, like, a bag full of Peeps and Mike and Ikes, and, I'm, like, an adult here, getting these.
Oh, I have a dumb question for anybody that
Oh
possibly may work in retail. Oh, go ahead. You can answer the
oh, I was
question
just gonna
first.
say, what are the names of your puppets? So I've got I think the one for Hank is gonna be HB, little HB, and then, I think I'm gonna make a Bev one if I can find my yarn. Mr. Mo's like, what are you looking for?" Because I was going through all my stuff or trying to go through things, and I was like, "I need to make a wig for a puppet." And he's like, that's honestly not the weirdest thing you've said to me. So thank you, Sarah."
Well, I have a random stupid question for anybody who potentially works retail. So like I know that when you buy certain medications, like especially like what is it, pseudoephedrine or whatever it
Oh,
is,
yeah.
where like you have to sign the little like document and all that crap, to make sure you're not making meth.
Oh, yeah.
But like I got, was it Mucinex? I think
Oh,
I had
yeah.
to sign for that.
Yeah, some of the Mucinex, it depends if there's like a nasal decongestant component because there's like Mucinex DM. Honest to God, I want to just look these people straight in the face and I'm like, okay, I want you to deeply look into my eyes. I am wearing a Sailor Moon t-shirt. I am over the age of 12. I have red hair that is obviously not natural, and I'm honestly, I think I'm carrying a Golden Girls purse. Do I look like someone that understands chemistrology enough to make, crystal? No.
Yeah.
No. It
Or it's like, do I have all of my teeth?
yes,
Basically, yeah.
okay. Am I twitching uncontrollably?
Yeah, it's just, I was just really baffled by that. I did not understand. I'm like, why do I have to sign for this? But that makes sense. I guess if there's like some, because it did have expectorant or whatever in it or whatever. But if there's some rule or something about that that I wasn't aware of, that
Yeah,
makes sense. I just had
which
never heard of that before.
sucks because now most of the stuff that does work, if you have any sort of sinus component, is all behind the counter. So they'll be like they have like Tylenol sinus stuff that's
Yeah,
over the counter, but if you want anything that has any sort of real working power, it's going to be behind the counter. And then you
yeah,
have to ask the person, and then you have to look deeply into the eyes of the, oh gosh, prescriptionologist. What is
pharmacist.
pharmacist? I'm like, I know it. Hey, I knew it started with a PH, but it sounds like an F.
Yeah. It I was just, I don't know. That was a very strange experience for me because I had no idea, and what you're saying makes complete sense, but I was just like, this is very strange. And yeah, it
I
does kind
hate
of make
it.
you feel like a criminal.
I didn't know that you got carded for the little dust shooter canny thingies.
Oh,
Because
yes.
Mr. Mo said I needed to dust my computery deal, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just get one of those, aerosol can thingamabobs. Because
Yep.
and then the woman was like, you need to be carded for that. And I was
Yep.
like, for what? I was like, did someone freeze their fingers? I mean, here I am, Pollyanna, because I didn't
No.
even think people.
Yeah. No, they shoot it up their nose.
Ugh,
To
but
get
it's so
high.
cold. It is so cold. Like, even. Okay,
It's, yeah.
learn something new every day. I was like, the things that people will sit and try to get high on.
I will send you a link to something that will solve that problem. Like, it's this little miniature vacuum. Um
Oh, cool.
And you'd never have to buy compressed air again because the one that I have on it, it blows and sucks.
Ooh,
So
better than Linda Stermer.
yeah, so like in one side, like you can, if you put the attachments in one end, it'll like suck like a vacuum, and if you put it in the other end, it'll just blow. So it's you can use it to clean up your keyboard, or you can blow the dust out of your
Cool.
computer. So yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
I
just
didn't even
rechargeable.
think about that. I was just I mean, I think I didn't mean to be rude to the little cashier lady, but I was like, "The hell are you trying to talk to me for?"
Yeah, it's so weird. This just the stuff that we have to like present your ID and stuff for nowadays. It's just like I don't understand what is happening into the world. But yeah,
Well, now I want to know what she told you. But you said that Mike Buchanan gave your telephone number to Miss Stermer. Is that
Yes,
correct?
because she asked him for
No,
it.
but you don't know that, but you,
We're gonna slow that down because I think we just saw a monumental eye roll from not Samuel L. Jackson, which is hilarious.
yeah,
but you said that Mike Buchanan gave your telephone number to Miss Stermer. Is that
Yes,
correct?
because she asked him for
No,
it.
but you don't know that, but you Now,
That right there is a classic eye roll. I have teenage children. I can confirm that that is in fact an eye roll.
Yeah, that man saw last week. His eyes went back so far.
That man saw the resurrection.
Yeah. Uh,
My mom called me and she's like, "The Pope died." And I was like, "Mom, we're recovering Catholics. I don't think we have to care." And she's like,
Yeah.
"That's not nice." And I was like, "Mom, you called him the communist Pope. Like, what am I supposed to do now that he's okay?"
I
I
mean,
was like, "I'm sad that someone passed away, but he was like 812. And I mean, if anyone, it should be like completely secure and going to heaven. I mean, it should be like the head boss for, Jesus.com. So,
well, he is the one who decided to move priests and stuff who did inappropriate things, just move them to another parish or whatever they call
well,
it.
haven't you heard that it's the zip code? It's like it's not cheating if it's in a different zip code. It's simply a
Um,
different jurisdiction. In fact, that's what Daryl Brooks will argue as their third-party intervener. Subject matter jurisdiction. No, I crimed in another jurisdiction.
yeah, but the problem is the whole intervenering thing. Like, that's the issue.
Yeah. Well, if they had just gone and let priests remain married, but they kind of stopped that because priests were willing their children like papal artifacts. So,
I don't know the history of Catholicism, but
oh,
I know that they at some point in time that it was okay, and then at some point they made it illegal, or whatever they call it,
yeah.
unholy for priests or whatever, and it's like, okay, bro.
Yeah. To be fair, we could talk about Catholicism better than these two can talk about whatever the hell that we're still talking about.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out what exactly it is the I know what they're trying to discuss, but I don't know
You would
why
think
it's
that one of
important.
the two people would be better at steering a conversation, considering he works with words and such.
Yeah. I mean, and you would think that the person who may be better, at driving the conversation is the truck driver. And he's trying. He's
Yes,
making a gallant effort. But this
he
other guy
is.
is just
I
road
mean,
railing.
he is trying. He's like, "No, sir, I drove a truck, but in between the times that I was driving, I would be working on the line.
Yeah.
First shift? There is only first shift." "Well, how do you know that?" "Well, I worked there." "How can we be sure?" It's just like, what is going on
It's
here?
yeah, just like, what is this guy? Like, is he real? Like, this can't be real. Like, right? Like, you're
This
just
is
playing
not
with me right
real.
now.
Ashton Kutcher is coming out sometime in the next 5 minutes.
Huh?
Ashton
Oh,
Kutcher from Punk'd, or was it
yes.
or
I was
Pranked?
like, I think it was punked, yeah.
I was like,
Mm,
Jackass and Punk'd. I was like, he annoys me to no end.
yeah. Oh,
what month did you get a call from Ms. Stermer in reference to?
I can't say
You can't say.
what month.
Okay.
the longest month of
Did
my life.
you ever go out to
Oh
lunch
my god,
with
I
Ms.
forgot.
Stermer?
No.
Holy Jesus.
Did you ever
That
go
was
on a break?
how does this man function? How how does he even get groceries? He's like, "Do you have bananas?" Like, just
This guy.
Forrest Gump.
This guy is the reason for online ordering. So like
Yes,
he can just click. He doesn't have to say anything. He can just click and then show up, pick it up.
but even that takes an hour and a half.
Well, I mean, but he's only wasting his own time then.
Well, no, I mean, when he gets there, because he'll be like, they'll say, "Name for pickup," and he'll say, "No, I have groceries ready." Yes, sir. We just need to know your last name to get your order. I have groceries ready. I ordered them.
Not wrong. He would argue.
He'd be like, why do you need to know my name?
Yeah. He's like, you don't know that. He's like, sir, you checked in. He's like, we know who you are. You said what spot you were in.
Oh my gosh. This is when he realized that this is Linda's final revenge. He's like, that all these years later and the bitch is still messing with me.
It wants to screw me one more
At
time.
the
Yes.
company facility on break?
No.
When was the first time that Ms. Stermer contacted you by phone? Do you know what month and year that was?
It was the same day.
The same day.
Same day we worked side by side.
Linda, thirsty much? Damn.
Yeah. She was like, I gotta get me some of that.
She was like hungry like a wolf. Duran Duran. Good night.
Man eater.
She's like, I gotta cut him from the herd.
Yeah.
Stallion like that.
I gotta get me some of that sexual chocolate.
Yes. I love that is my favorite part of Coming to America. And do you know how many times I have wanted to say that just apropos of nothing, like just when something's going wrong, like where he stamps his foot and he's like, sensual chocolate, and he just walks off.
So did you go home and then you got a
I
call
was
from
on
Ms.
my way
Stermer?
home.
And you got a call from Ms. Stermer?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you and her have a conversation while y'all was working side by side with each other?
Just that one day. Yes.
But y'all had a conversation?
Yes.
Did she have a conversation with you about her marriage at that day? on that
Yes.
day?
In general. Yes.
Somebody you'd never seen before, right?
Right.
All of a sudden, you just started having a conversation. She's telling you about her marriage. Is that right?
We had seen each other, but we never worked.
Vale, as a male person who is at work, if a woman is talking at you, just to keep the peace, do you just kind of make appropriate noises and like, oh, okay, yeah, just like move the day along? It's not like he said, so
Yeah,
you're
like
married.
it's polite conversation. Like this happens in every workplace. It's like it's just polite conversation. Like that's
He's
all
like,
it is.
someone you've never met?
Yeah.
It's like, at
It's
what
like-
date can you ask if she's married?
It's like, and maybe the reason that this lawyer doesn't understand this is because he was drunk at work all the time. So he doesn't remember having these conversations that are just normal.
Possibly.
But yeah, like I want to know, is he gonna I want to know when he's gonna get to like, well, what did she ask you, or what did you talk about when she called you? And she's like, can you deliver a load to me, big boy?
Ew, I can see her saying that, and it's just, I've never felt less sexy in my entire life, just picturing Linda Stermer. Birth control that we didn't know we always needed. Imagine Linda Stermer pillow talk. Actually, we might not. Actually, with our fertility rates, do not think about that. Look, I have already given 6 children into the good fight. I've done my part.
Side by side.
But I know, but this is the first time you say that you've had a conversation with her about.
It's the first time I had a conversation. It wasn't the first time I'd seen her.
Yeah. But just this first day that you're working side by side with her, she tells you about problems with her marriage. Is that your testimony?
Not problems, but in general.
Did you ask her, was she married?
I knew she was married
How did you know that?
from coworkers. The lady that got her hired.
So the lady that got her hired told you that she was married?
Mhm.
Why would she tell you she was married?
Because I was physically, not physically, I was attracted to her.
You was physically attracted to her. Is that true?
Okay. The man just admitted he was physically attracted to Linda. Now, sainthood or detriment is for you to decide, jury of YouTube. But yeah, lawyer is like, you found her attractive? Like he just, stumbled upon this great clue.
Yeah, it's like, uh, this guy's gonna make me mad already.
Even the witness is like, yes.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand where this lawyer's like questioning is going. Like I don't understand.
Neither did we, and I don't think the jury did either. So you're in
Well,
good company.
that's never a good thing.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So your testimony previously, direct, you stated that you didn't want to have anything to do with a married woman, right?
I did not, but that had nothing to do with being physical attractive.
But what do you call physical?
Appearance.
So
She was a nice looking lady at
so
the
her
time.
physical appearance.
Jesus.
At the time, damn, that
the
was a dig.
the physical act, the actual inability for the two of them to connect on any parts of their conversation is physically painful to me.
It is. It is.
It-
It's a struggle to listen to them do this whole like little dance back and forth.
Because and the truck driver is the competent one. He's like, yes, I was physically attracted to her. Yes, I knew she was married. Doesn't mean I didn't have eyeballs.
Yeah. And then the lawyer's like, "What's physical?" And he's like, "Her appearance." It's like, I don't know. Maybe she has a nice rack. I don't know. It's like,
Well, she was attractive. I think right before this happened, she had really long brunette hair. She was very fit, I think. So she was attractive. But God, the act of these two talking around each other is just hysterical to me. But like in a painful sort of way, kind of like cringe-larious. It's
yeah,
funny, but it also hurts you a little.
yeah. You die a little inside.
Yeah, just your hope for humanity dies, incrementally.
Yeah,
By
exactly.
Scintilica.
Yes, this definitely all of the Scintillicas.
Yes.
Appearance, in spite of the fact that you knew she was married, was something that you wanted to follow up on.
No.
Is that correct?
I just found her physically attractive.
Okay. And so actually the lady that got her hired was the person that actually got you connected to Miss Stermer. Isn't that true?
No,
That's how you got the information about her being married.
she didn't have it. Got us connected.
But you had no other information about her until you got that information from the person that hired her, right?
I don't understand your question.
Okay. Well,
Well,
you stated that you knew.
This lawyer is going to try to go in for a kill. Like, I got him where I want him. You
Yeah.
stated that you obviously knew she was married, and yet you
Yeah.
still pursued her. And he's like, no, I noticed she was physically attractive. The woman that got hired with her said she's married, so I didn't pursue her. She pursued me, sir.
Yeah, she creeped me
Yeah.
and tricked HR to give her
That
my
she was
number.
married.
This is so painful. And I had to watch it at normal speed.
Yeah, I feel sympathy for you.
Oh dear God. There was a blood he definitely was a phlebotomist. And what I mean by that, or a lab pathologist, I'm sorry, wrong word. But he definitely doesn't like to work with people, and you can kind of tell
I
because
mean,
he so I can get that he's not exactly like the most animated person, but he was pure 100% uncut Colombian level Ambien. I was I physically had to like bug out my eyes to stay awake. It was so bad, and it was relevant to nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Like what phlebotomy is, why you don't use. I mean, there was some relevant stuff, but most of it was just like, yeah, we use, mass spectrometry and all this other crap that no one cares about.
Yeah. I, I don't understand sometimes why they have experts like come in and talk about certain things because it doesn't seem like it's relevant. And it's like you're just losing the jury. Like I don't understand
They need to
why
have
they
like
do
a
this.
stable of experts that, again, experts should be hired based on their ability to easily, convey their information to juries. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you've got an expert with like all the PhDs and King of Mensa, if he can't, relay what evidence he has and information he has to the jury.
Yeah. It doesn't make a nickel's worth of difference then if you can't
Yeah.
communicate well. It's just yeah. I don't understand why lawyers continue to do this, even though like it seems to be a clear issue like across dozens and dozens of trials.
Yeah. Oh, good Lord. Back to, is she married? Was she married? Who, if any, were marriage?
Because of the lady that got her hired.
Right? Once I found out, I was no longer interested.
Oh, after you found out that she was married, you wasn't interested,
No.
but you were still physically attracted.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Point for you, dude. Go
Good
ahead
job.
yeah, put that check. I love how he just went on his little yellow pad, like check. Got that
Yeah.
one.
Exactly. He's like, I get a drink tonight. Win.
Yeah, he's like, spectacular. I am the greatest lawyer ever. I got him right where I want him. Johnny
Yeah.
Cochran, eat your heart out.
Yeah, which may be possible because he's dead. And he probably
Possibly.
will come back as a zombie. So
Possibly.
Now,
with Abraham Lincoln.
how long did Ms. Stermer work at Kimlink?
I don't know.
You don't know that?
No.
Well, were you still working there
When?
when the incident in reference to her house fire? Were you still working at Kimlink?
Yes.
Was she still working at Kimlink?
Yes.
And did she continue to work at Kimlink after the fire?
Yes.
For how long?
I'm not sure. I was in a car accident in February of the 2nd.
You was in where?
A real bad car accident in February.
Oh my God, they're both deaf.
Like, you what? You what, son?
It's like Foghorn Leghorn. It's like,
Oh, it's like, get. I don't mean to be rude, but like, get hearing aids or something, or turn them bitches up or something. It's like, Jesus, man. If you
Okay,
have a
but-
hard time,
Vale, do we think that actually hearing things is going to help with his comprehension rate?
well,
Because
no.
because the hearing thing might not be the problem. It might be that whole comprehension thing.
I mean, you have a point.
He's got 20/20 hearing.
Yeah.
It's his comprehension.
2020 hearing. That's
I don't know.
definitely something that Sarah Boone would say.
Hey, it made sense to me. I don't know what good hearing is. I'm sure it's like 100 gigahertz or something. I don't know.
Well,
Something-
isn't she the one who said that she's like I got 20/20 vision and I don't even remember what it was about. Wasn't she the one that did that?
I can't remember. It sounds like something Sarah would say. It does.
It definitely does, but I don't know. Like,
Usually,
somebody
I
has to
think
remember this.
in the sentence, why am I
have 20/20 vision, so I can see exactly the injustice that's going on here.
Or like when she's in the interrogation room, she's like, I got 20/20 vision, so I can see exactly what you people are doing to me.
my favorite part of that is always like, I can like see what you guys are trying to do right to me, and like I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it seems almost like, and don't take this the wrong way, but you're trying to like feed me information or put words in my mouth.
Oh God, that woman! I swear. It's like you're bringing back like traumas of watching and listening to this woman.
I
Because
don't know
it sounds
why.
like her.
Well, yeah, I got my Sarah Boone wig, and I am, putting gold eyeliner in my cart and trying to get some time to make some letters because I have all of her family court stuff. I just need like
God.
5 seconds of a day where I have like 3 consecutive days with no rain. That would be awesome.
Yeah, well, I think maybe in 2 weeks, I think you may get that. I mean, but for the next
Yeah.
week, it's gonna be a little rough for you and me, Mo.
Yeah, we're just I'll be reporting arc adjacent.
Yeah, well,
Dingus,
may-
stop.
I may be
Dingus, get away
reporting
from the puppet.
like Dorothy, depending. It's gonna be a rough Monday, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm in like a 30% chance that's hatched. That's not a moderate, but the one above that for
Oh, no.
long, strong tornadoes. So it's gonna be a fun one.
There you go. They'll be, reporting from his basement.
Yeah.
A real bad car accident?
Yes, I got rear-ended on my way to work.
Okay. So you was away from the
Yes.
employment?
Yes.
Yes, that's what it means. He got in a car wreck. He's like, so you didn't go to work after you got rear-ended?
Like, God, did Linda after she got rear-ended?
Well, according to, her lover boy, they mostly just drove around in his car.
Yeah, and so Roadhead. I mean, like, it's classy, I suppose, depending on what part of the country that you live in.
Well, it's Michigan, you have a little Boone's Farm, go driving down country roads.
Yeah, it's it is what it is.
It's romantical if you think about it and squint a little.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, it's Michigan. So what do you expect?
Pure Michigan roadhead.
Yeah. That should be in
Tourism board.
their commercial. Yeah, the
Tourism board, get with me. I think I could make Michigan a
Great
tourist mecca.
Yes, Roadhead legal on all the roads in Michigan. It's pure Michigan.
Hey, I'm just saying, many a not family will be not started there.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Many a
population
family
control.
will be ended there. Potentia family will be swallowed there.
Uh,
It's raw Michigan.
yeah.
I'm gonna get a cease and desist from Michigan.
Probably. And yeah, it's an interesting place. It's cold, but I know everybody who lives
Well-
there thinks it's great though.
There's a reason I have 6. I don't know how they get started in the first place.
True.
It was never planning. It's all just been ignorance.
Maybe if if you lived in Michigan.
What would you consider this contacts that you had with Miss Stermer? Were y'all having? Would you call it an affair?
Yes.
Okay.
I forgot about this part, but I love how he's all trying to be delicate. Like, would you call this a liaison? And he's like, I was screwing her. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, I'm proud of it, but I ain't gonna lie about it.
yeah. What is that? That's just a dumb question. I'm sorry. Like, lawyers, I know you guys are supposed to, like, you know, you always know the answer to the question that you're asking or whatever it is. But it's like, that was just a stupid question.
It was pretty dumb. That being said, we expected nothing less from this lawyer.
Not wrong.
And how long did you say the affair lasted?
About 6 months.
6 months. Can you give me the date range?
From June to
June of what year?
06 until after January.
So it was the cold part.
Okay, well, till after January is important because Todd Stermer was killed in January, and it's going to come out that Linda took him to see like the burnt out husk of their home and like the little blood spot where, you know, she runned over Todd because, you know, that's a romantical date.
I mean, I suppose if that's your thing, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, some people might call that a warning sign to get the hell away, but you know.
Yeah, some may say that. I may be one of those.
Well, we are judgmental people. Love is love.
Yeah, I definitely am judging.
Yes.
Until January?
Yes.
January, you know the first part of January?
Yes.
Was it before the house fire?
What question are you asking?
The end of the relationship or the affair, did it end before the house fire on January?
No.
January the 7th?
No.
When did it end?
Shortly after.
When I realized she was
Week
crazy.
Shortly after. I
Yeah.
can't say it was a week. It was longer.
Can't say.
It was longer than a week.
Did you ask Ms. Stermer any details about the house fire?
Yes, I did.
Did you get any details?
Yes, I did.
What was the details you got?
Okay. There is something very disconcerting about watching not Samuel L. Jackson from Not Snakes on a Plane swing in his chair like a 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, I did notice that. I was like, is it just me, or is he like really like swinging in that thing? Like I thought maybe I was just like seeing things or something.
No,
or, like,
it's not just you. He is fully in self-soothe mode with this lawyer. He's like, I can't deal with this. I'm gonna have to move.
I mean, I can sympathize with that.
I can understand it, but you go from incoherent to spinning, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, it kind of has like the little bubbly kind of whatever person that's like all I can hear, like they've got like I'm a Barbie girl like blasting in their headphone.
Yeah.
Just like swinging back and forth. It just, yeah.
He is full on just trying to think of Aqua right now. Can
Yeah.
confirm.
Yeah. Hi, Ken. Hi, Bobby.
Party.
She said that she was downstairs doing laundry, and they was arguing back and forth, and she heard a change in the tone of his voice, and she ran up to see what's going on with him, and upstairs was engulfed in flames.
And that was all.
That was all.
Okay. Now, after you had started this engagement, did you ever tell Ms. Stermer to stop coming to your house? If you say she came to your house, right?
Yes.
Yes, I sent her an engraved "Stay the hell away from me" cease and desist. And now it's an engagement?
Yeah, it's the words he's using. I don't like them.
Well, I mean, the cat is out of the bag. He's admitted they had an affair. Just go with it. So the affair, what happened. So when you were in a relationship, I mean, you can say relationship, and just label it as that and not allude to the affair, but it's out there.
Yeah, it's like just be honest with it, I suppose. It's just call it what it is. Like, I don't know. It's the dance that they're doing is just like,
It's funny because again, it's not even the witness who's doing the dance, and usually they're the ones doing the dance. Like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
it was semi an affair, but like she wasn't happy in her. It's so it's so weird to see the positions reversed.
yeah, it is a strange thing. Maybe that's why this is like just very weird to listen to, because it is reversed.
Yeah, I didn't notice that until you said something, but I was like, yeah, it's reversed.
Yeah, it just feels, the exchange just feels very weird between them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I mean, other than the fact that it is just weird. I mean,
Yes.
You ever tell her to stop coming to your house?
No, I did not.
Okay. And you never told us to stop calling you, right?
No, I did not.
And all at the same time, you knew that you were having some relationship with a married woman, right?
Yes.
I mean, does Linda know she's married? I mean, this seems like a question we shouldn't have to ask, but
yeah, it's like
did
quit
Linda
quit,
member?
yeah, quit trying to blame the brother for just trying to get a little something. I mean, it's like, I don't agree with it, but it's
Yeah.
like, it's not entirely this man's fault.
Yeah, I mean, he's owned up to his part, but to basically say, like, you never told her to stop, did you? You
Yeah.
knew she was stepping out on her commitments to God and, Todd. And he's like, yeah, but I assume she knew that too, considering she married Todd.
Yeah, it just, I don't like the blaming game
Yeah.
that he's kind of playing here.
Yeah.
Have you ever been married?
Yes.
But I
How many
recovered.
times?
Once.
When were you divorced?
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna object the relevance on that.
The relevance, Mr. Miller?
Well, Judge, he made the statement about marital respect. And
I don't think he does back.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
Sir. All right, where's the Biden test? All right. Mental cognitive facility test. I need one now. Sir, what year is this year? Who is the president? And can you draw a lion?
A lion?
I think that's what you're supposed to do. I don't remember the cognitive test.
Why a lion?
Well, or maybe it's a clock face. I think you're supposed
I'm
to
sorry, a
differenti-
what?
A clock face.
I thought you said cock face.
Well, I mean, that would be on my cognitive test. Like, draw a really funny peen, and this is why I never went into psychiatry.
Yeah, that. It's like, what do you see on the Rorschach blot test? Cock face.
Every single time. Maybe Freud is right. I do have penis envy. To be fair, I mean, I don't know how I would not get anything done if I had a magical part of my body I could balance things on, like a towel or like a newspaper or like. I'm just saying I would get nothing done.
But you have a built-in cup holder, so
I guess you never appreciate what you have, do you?
Exactly.
I have 2 prison wallets.
Oh.
I'll sustain the objection on relevance grounds.
Did you ever go any place with Miss Stermer overnight?
No,
You ever travel any place with Miss Stermer?
not overnight.
Did you ever travel any place with Miss
Yes.
Stermer? Where?
To Grand Rapids to the museums.
Just to walk through the museums?
Yes.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
How many times you go to
Wow. Not
So
the
you
answer
went
I was
to
expecting.
museums to walk through them? Well, that's what people generally do. I mean, nope.
No, sir. We were making history. I mean, like, come on.
I always wanted to do it in front of a T-Rex.
Yeah, it's like the Mona Lisa hasn't seen this yet. I mean,
It's like, we go out in front of museums, throw paper at people who come in.
yeah, maybe they're creating like some of the stupid art that's in the museums nowadays.
They were just part of a flash mob. They all
Yeah,
did the
exactly.
Macarena and then left. Linda's
Yeah.
into things like that.
Yeah, exactly. See, problem solved.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
the museums in Grand Rapids?
Maybe once.
Any place else?
Not really, just joyriding.
Joyride. Okay. How often did you go joyride?
And not often.
In your car or her car?
My car.
What kind of car?
He has a fast car, and Linda wants to take it to anywhere from here. I love that song, but this, dear God.
Yeah. Oh dear.
In her car. Yeah, she drove the minivan.
Yeah, well, at least it wasn't a Subaru.
Well, yeah.
Miss Stermer ever tell you that she was going to leave her husband?
Yes.
When did she tell you that?
Well, it wasn't working out. She was trying to leave. She wanted a divorce. Or they was getting a divorce.
She didn't tell you any location as where she was leaving and going to, though, right?
No.
She never asked if she come live with you either, did she?
No.
Okay.
He's like, hell no.
He was like, bye, Felicia. Bye, Linda.
Yeah. It's like,
He was like, look, I may look a little slow, but I was not born yesterday.
yeah. I've used that line many a times because I was born at night, but not last night.
Yeah, no. Oh, and do you see Linda? Linda's like, you've loved me.
But not a long time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to see her as a sexual creature when she looks like Agra from The Dark Crystal.
I vaguely remember this.
I call her the trash Muppet from The Dark Crystal. She's kind of got, well, swinging boobs, no bra. So think your local Walmart. I think she has one eye and horns.
And
I don't know. She's my favorite character because she's kind of just bitter and pissed off and smarter than everyone.
I mean, that sounds like so many of the female people that we have covered.
Yeah, but to be fair, in The Dark Crystal, she saw all of this shit coming and no one listened to her. So,
Well, I mean, it sounds like that Linda saw a lot of stuff coming too, but that's a different discussion, I suppose.
I want to watch Dark Crystal now, but I'm afraid it will terrify me because, look, Jim Henson, what was with trying to scare me my entire childhood.
Yeah, like the only thing that I can recall, like, because Labyrinth I thought was good
Yes.
as a child, but like the only thing that I actually I found just terrifying as a child, and still I have tried to go back and watch it as an adult, and there's just no, is, do you remember Return from Oz?
Yes, with the not Eliza Dushku, but something Ukrainian. That chick.
I don't remember. It was like the 80s, and like the roller skate on their hands and
Oh,
feet.
yeah.
Guys, oh sweet baby Jesus, no. Just no.
The one I can't go back and watch is Legend with Tom Cruise and Tim Curry as Satan for some reason. I couldn't understand it.
I don't remember that for some reason. I don't know. All I remember is the stupid roller skate hands people. That was just terrifying to me.
There were a lot of terrifying movies from our child.
To be fair, there were.
Yeah. I mean, we really, the fact that we all just want to stay inside should really not, shock anyone.
No. But like it's so weird. Like, because I don't recall being like super interested in like the scary movie things or whatever, but like Commando, that's my jam. Like
True.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime, it was great.
You do, and the Commando, was Commando the one with Bennett, the guy
Yes.
in the fishnet tank top,
Yeah.
handlebar mustache, and apparently Australian for some reason.
Yeah, that is exactly what that is.
God bless the 80s, where you have a man in a fishnet tank top that is a terrorist.
Yeah, I never said it was a good movie. But like it's just like it's this thing of childhood that like it's all right, so in the 80s movies, guys, like there's this thing that happened in 80s movies called boobs, and there are
Yes.
some very large ones in that, and so that was like my first exposure to which might explain a lot about me today.
Yeah, I remember watching those movies, but they were always like the TV, where they've taken all of that bit out. So I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
realize the sort of quintessential 80s, boobage,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, what happened to that? Come on.
I know. Now we have movies where, 90-pound women take on Navy SEALs.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, everybody was freaking out about that or something, and it's just like, well, whatever. If you want to play make-believe, go right ahead.
Yeah, pretty much. Almost like Linda did.
Yeah.
She never gave you any money, right?
No.
Lol.
You never gave her any money, right?
No.
She ever talked about her finances to you?
No.
Okay. When were you first?
Linda wearing something from the Muppet skin collection.
Yeah. Just like,
Really leaning into that Agra look there. Way to go.
just like, yeah, we never talked about money. That really wasn't what was on my mind.
Yeah, we were driving.
Yeah. Quote unquote.
Contacted
Wink, wink.
by
Yes.
law enforcement in reference to this matter?
About 2.5 years after the incident.
2.5 years after. And who was the first person that contacted you?
I don't recall his name. It was two people.
Beg your pardon?
I don't recall their name. It was two people, a man and a woman.
I love just one of the guys, but I can never figure out how none of them realized she was a chick.
Say that again?
So it was an 80s movie where I think basically this girl pretends to be her twin brother or something in order to get, I think, a scholarship or something. I don't remember exactly, but basically she had to pretend to be a dude. And then she ends up falling in love with a guy, but he's kind of confused because he's never had those feelings for another dangly bits person before.
That would be confusing.
And then, towards the end, she, I think, gets wet t-shirted, or I can't remember.
Okay.
Okay, Phoebe Cates, I will say, holy fazolies. How she ended up with Kevin Kline, I will never understand.
The what?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High, when Phoebe Cates comes out of the pool in the red bikini. How do I know more about this than you, Veilhammer?
I don't know actually what you're even talking about. Did I miss a movie or something?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. There's a really famous, Phoebe Cates getting out of the pool, basically, water, dappled and all, attractive-ish.
Yeah. I guess I don't recall this at all. Maybe I missed something.
Veilhammer's must go watch Fast Times again.
Yeah, I genuinely, maybe I saw it on TV or something and they took it out. Maybe that's why I'm not recalling this.
It's not like, we haven't had to do real adult things since the last time we saw these movies.
Yeah. Not wrong.
Where did they contact you at?
I was living on the east side at that time, and they came to my home.
Well, you have to pardon me because I'm not familiar with the east side. Are you
The east
talking
side of
about
Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo?
Yes.
Okay, so they came to your house?
Yes.
He's like, I'm sorry, I'm a more East Coast kind of guy.
Yeah, that was kind of a... Was this guy, brought out from, a different area or something?
Well, I think he used to be in a more southern area, and then I think he had to maybe stop practicing. Again, allegedly there were some, boozy-ish allegations. So, that being
that
said,
just
I
seemed
think
like a
he
very
had
strange thing to
transplant.
say. Yeah.
And did you give an interview to this man and this woman that's from the law enforcement at your house?
I didn't have a choice, yes.
What do you mean you didn't have a choice?
I was served with a first-degree premeditated murder subpoena
To do what?
to testify, to come to court.
So before you came to court and testified, you were interviewed by these two individuals?
Yes, they served me with the subpoena, and then they asked.
Okay, one of these two people should understand legal processes and what happens before.
Yeah.
And none of these people know what's going on.
It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like the person that maybe probably should know what that is doesn't actually understand what that is.
Yeah,
I'm a little confused by that, but this is just where we are.
yeah, just because a person passed the bar exam doesn't mean they aced it. Just means they got by with a D+.
Yeah, what was it? Kim Kardashian technically passed the baby bar. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Asked if they come into my home.
So you were served with a subpoena, and then you was interviewed on the same date, the same time at your house, right?
Yes.
Were you afraid?
Yes.
What were you afraid of?
The unknown.
Okay.
Spiders. Gravity.
Linda
getting-
Stermer.
Linda. I mean, let's be real, Linda. And Linda, pointing the finger at me as the one who done this.
Yeah.
Like, look, I was getting some side, but I wasn't going down for, burger too.
I mean, it didn't sound like it was
Being
going down
set
at
on
all.
fire.
I mean, they were just riding, right?
Well, I do like how he's like the unknown, which I can get.
Yeah. It's just, yeah.
Did you know
What? Food, rock, mineral. Where are you going with this?
Yeah. It's like, did you know the question that you were going to ask? Clearly not.
No, he never does.
It's like, God, it's infuriating listening to this man.
And this is him sped up.
It's like
any incident that involved a
Cow,
a
monkey,
physical
horse.
assault that occurred at Kim Link involving Ms. Stermer?
I don't think I was there. I was injured from a car accident, so I don't think I was there. I don't know if it was, we already asked him before or after. There was a lot of chaos constantly, so I don't know what time phrase are you referring to?
he's
So
a
you say there was a lot
liability.
of chaos?
Yes.
But no,
Why is he looking steadily more confused? I thought you knew where you were going with this, sir. I kind of hope.
Well, you'd think, but as we have come to learn,
This man is the reincarnated tour guide for the Israelites. That's why they were lost for 40 years.
yeah.
Like, no, you guys, we didn't pass that rock. Yes, we did. Those are our footsteps. What rock are you referring to?
Yeah, it's just his line of questioning it's just not good. Like
No.
I don't know where he's going, right? Like, so I don't know the end goal here, but like it just doesn't seem like he's prepared for this. I mean, I could be
chaos
wrong.
between
No, I think you're right.
you and Ms. Stermer. Is
No.
that what you're saying?
No.
It was chaos between who?
Her and Kate.
Her and who?
Kate, her friend?
Middleton?
Would that be Kate Fox?
Yes.
And you knew her?
I knew of her as a coworker. I didn't know her.
Did you work with her also?
I didn't work with her. We worked at the same place. Same company, I should say.
Is she the person that got Ms. Stermer the job?
No.
Okay. So you didn't witness any physical assault. You just heard about some chaos. Is that right?
Yes.
I'd be such a smart
Were
ass
you
here.
provided any type
Yes.
of statements that anyone else had made in reference to Ms. Stermer when you were interviewed by the officers at your home?
It wasn't that type of interview.
What kind of interview was it?
What type of interview? LinkedIn, people,
Yeah.
the Sun,
It's just a job interview. Like, I mean,
OnlyFans.
this man.
These men.
I understand why this guy is like kind of not losing his patience, but like why he's starting to push back a little. It's
Yes.
like just listening to this man is just, yeah,
It's infuriating because he's supposed to be the professional.
yeah, supposed to be.
It was about phone calls,
Okay, and that's all?
pretty much.
Sir,
They did ask you about how the fire started, right?
No.
They didn't ask you if she told you about the fire?
No.
We didn't start the fire.
the fire. But it was always burning since the world's been turning. I love that. And then, and I love how we all know the chorus. And then it's like, we didn't start the fire.
Yeah, it's we had to learn that for chorus in school.
Oh dear God, the horror. Why?
I don't know. I don't know who picked it, but it was something we had to do.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, which
Of many songs I wouldn't expect to be a choral rendition, We Didn't Start the Fire. It's probably one of those top ones that I wouldn't see a show choir tune as.
yeah, it's a lot. It's I
Now
don't
I'm just
understand.
I am
why.
imagining Veilhammer in a cute little like dark polyester suit next to a girl in a equally ghastly polyester dress in their school colors, doing
not
like little
that
dance
old.
moves.
I'm not that old. Polyester wasn't in when I was in school, but there was. So we had that, and that was like the whole big thing or whatever with the whole group or whatever. So then, for whatever reason, I got chosen to do a duet with somebody. Okay, and
Oh gosh, was it Ice Castles? Through the eyes of love.
it's worse than that.
You are the wind beneath my wings.
I can love you like that. Not
What in the name of Jesus in all capital letters?
and not the all for one version, the OG John Michael Montgomery country version.
No.
Yeah. So, and of course, for whatever weird reason, they put two dudes singing this song together. But here, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse. So here we are, and singing this in front of the whole school, and the person that I'm paired
Dreams
with.
like this, but then I wake up and I'm glad I'm not naked in front of the school.
Well, the person that I'm doing this duet with, right? They don't understand what a microphone is, okay? And that you have to hold it up to your mouth in order for things to project through it. They don't understand this concept. So this duet basically turns into a solo because I had to sing both verses and the whole thing because this guy didn't know how to use his damn microphone.
I can see that it doesn't bother you to this day.
It was just it was irritating. Like, I mean, it was fine, like, you know, whatever, but like it was just it's just irritating. That's a lot of pressure to put on little 8-year-old me. Or not
Oh,
8-year-old,
no.
8th grade me.
Yes, that is terrible.
It's just like, Jesus.
Your veil just drops the microphone, walks off. I can't work like this. Just stamps your leg and says sensual chocolate and walks out.
Yeah. It was rough.
I can imagine it. Of course, I still imagine you with a sequin vest on for no reason other than for some reason I do.
Knowing me at the time, it was probably literally a t-shirt because I had hair down to my shoulder at that time.
You're wearing
was-
a Megadeth t-shirt while you're having to sing I Can Love You Like That.
Probably. It sounds about
like-
right.
You're like, I am here on protest. I can love you like that.
It was,
Make you-
yeah.
Some world. Please, dear God, anyone. Off the power now.
It was fine. Like, it turned out fine, but it
I
was
mean,
just
a
in
good
the
friend
moment.
would have pulled the fire alarm for you.
Yeah. They should have. But they didn't.
You sure?
I'm positive.
No, how long was that just a pop? That was a full minute of him reading all of his questions, and he's like, "You sure?"
Yeah, that just this man,
How
this man.
how does anyone see his performance and think, "You know what? He's partner material. We're adding his name to our firm."
Yeah, or I'm gonna hire this guy.
Yeah,
It's rough.
Linda is asking for a
Have you seen
refund.
any of the interview that you gave to those officers that day?
No,
You've never seen the interview?
it was in my home. I didn't know it was an interview.
Okay, now you're both pissing me off.
Yeah.
You're talking to cops in your house. Yes, that's an interview. Whether it be in your house, the Walmart parking lot, or, their police cruiser. Sarah
Yeah.
Boone, that is an interview.
I think he meant to say I didn't know it was recorded because it was in my home. I think that's what he meant to say.
Or I think maybe that's where his logic is coming from. Like, I wasn't in an interrogation room, so to me, it didn't, settle under that.
Yeah. It's because they probably told him it was being recorded, but they maybe didn't specify that it was like being video recorded too.
I wouldn't think, unless they had their body cams on, but
Yeah,
this
because
was back before body cams were a big thing.
yeah, but even I guess we said this is 2006, so
Yeah.
iPhone came out in 2007, so they were probably still jerking around those big old put on your shoulder video cameras.
Probably. It's Michigan. They recorded it with a Casio speak and spell.
Yeah. For you kids who don't remember that, I'm sorry, and I may not like you.
Those were the worst toys ever. Like, why involve a judgmental voice and spelling into something that's supposed to enrich and make children happy? No. It's always stupid assholes like that is incorrect.
Oh, I
was
meant the stupid on your shoulder stinking video cameras. But yeah, speak and
Those
spells were
were-
stupid too.
Those cameras were ridiculous because, again, you had to not only charge that up, but if your parents had one, you had to make sure it was charged, make sure, there was a new videotape in there. And then, at what point do you sit down and watch these things?
I mean, it was a thing for a while there where people did it, but in 2007 the iPhone came out and you had a video camera in your phone. I mean,
True.
and that's how we got to OnlyFans.
Maybe we should have made cameras more bulky because then, no one wants to get them out to take a picture of their lunch. Can you imagine some asshole at Panera with one of them big old, used to be Betamax cameras? Like, this is my dinner.
Yeah,
So on point.
we may need to bring this back.
We may
On
need
second
to, we may need
thoughts.
to rethink- That's it. Brick phones are back.
Yeah, we're bringing it back.
Yes.
So prior to your testimony in any previous court hearings, you didn't have an opportunity to see the interview that you gave?
I don't understand your question, sir. Are you asking me, was I in court before on this case?
Have you been in court before this?
Yes.
May I approach you?
Sir, you're going to give me motion sickness. You understand that however much you twist, you're still not getting away from this man.
It's part of the statement. Did you read that to see if you remember that statement?
Okay, Vale, I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I have never seen an adult move their head like this to read.
What is
He's
he doing?
typewritering. So
Is he actually
okay,
going back and forth? I didn't catch it.
Yes.
Oh, he is. I wonder how he reads a book.
I'm kind of fascinated. I want to see now.
Do any of y'all
Pretty much-
in
pretty much
chat
what I've already said.
typewriter?
It does remind me of a typewriter.
Yeah, like does anybody like seriously like does anybody here like do that? I'm just curious. Like I'm not gonna. Okay, I might make fun of you.
Well, it's only because I've never seen anyone as exaggerated as he does it. I mean, people do it kind of more subtly,
Yeah,
but
it's
his
just
is
very,
very
yeah.
noticeable.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone do that.
Maybe he doesn't have good peripheral vision though, because his glasses cut that off.
That could be. Yeah, as somebody with terrible eyes, I can probably relate to that.
Confirmed, Vale does typewriter.
No, I don't typewriter, but I do have terrible eyes. I definitely don't typewriter, or I would like have all kinds of neck problems because I read and write for a living. So
Oh,
I
well,
would be a
that's fair.
disaster.
No. I didn't ask you this. So my question is, when I asked, did you remember the interview? And the investigating officer asked Chris Williams if he had asked Linda how the fire had started, to which he stated that he had asked her if she
Okay.
had killed.
You're not supposed to be doing this as a lawyer, so you don't testify or read the passage after
Yeah.
they've read the passage.
Not supposed to, but we've seen
No.
this happen. I can't even tell you how many times, and it should be objected, and then depending on who your attorney is, or depending on who
To be
the
fair, if you
judge is.
object to this man, he has to labor to craft another question. Do you really want to waste that time? I mean, this man's mental train is at like 0.5 miles an hour.
Yeah,
If you object, he has to start all the way at the beginning again.
true.
So
mean-
at some point, it's kind of like, let him be stupid.
Yeah, it's yeah, that's a tough one. Because you have a very valid point. It's like, do you want to have him start all over again?
It's a cost-benefit analysis that I do often because it's like, do I want to fight with someone on Twitter? Or do they have the mental faculties to understand my argument?
I mean, if it's on Twitter, I mean, if
No.
we're all just being honest, probably not.
No.
Killed Todd Stermer.
I do not remember that.
You don't remember that?
Not those questions, no.
And to which he stated she had almost immediately become emotional.
Your Honor, I guess I'm gonna object at this point. He doesn't remember, so if
That's why I gave him
he needs to ask, if it refresh his memory
Oh.
and ask this question.
I remember today. So this was the point of the trial where I guess state prosecutor was feeling real good about herself and decided to be Boobs McGee.
And interrupt him.
You know, it's never a legal shenanigans theater without some sort of wild feral interruption.
I was gonna say, did we lose you, Mo?
No, I was trying to tell
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
you know, to quiet down, and he's like, I was making noises. I was like, yeah, I noted. I heard that. Could you not?
He's like, but I learned how to fart with my mouth.
Yeah, pretty much.
Give it back to him. Sir, see if a review of it again will refresh your
Are
notes.
you talking about the interview at my home? I'm confused.
I don't know.
This was the part of the trial was like, oh great, none of them know what they're doing. This is great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's I don't understand sometimes
No.
how this happens.
someplace else or not.
I don't remember him asking me everything about her killing me.
You don't remember him asking you that?
Her killing part.
Thank you.
Linda, blue eyeshadow is not good on you.
Yeah, well, somebody advised her that it was a good idea, and I'm going to guess it was this lawyer.
Yes, he's like, blue eyeshadow will make you look beautiful. Along with this Muppet jacket. This lawyer is witnessing what this lawyer is doing and not getting one of those big old shepherd hooks, you know, that they used to have on variety shows and getting him off of there.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was sent a video this morning of like people who are doing like electrical, like serious, like industrial, like electrical work, like replacing stuff at substations and stuff. And like when they do that, right, they wear like special gear and stuff, but there's always two of them because one dude literally carries around a shepherd's hook in case the dude gets zapped to pull him away from it, because it basically it'll freeze you in place because there's so much voltage involved. And so like they carry around a hook that, you know,
I would not be trusted with that. Look, I know myself well enough to know that I shouldn't be entrusted with any sort of implement, you know, to hook people.
Well, it's to save their life, like it's to pull them away.
But I mean, I would, you know, use it to like as my pimp cane and such. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you could use it as your side
but I
hustle.
think if you add bedazzles to it, I think it would change its electricityness.
Probably, yeah. You wouldn't be able to put anything metal on it.
Then why even have it? I'm just kidding.
Well,
what do you mean I can't add streamers?
there's this thing called voltage, Mo.
Okay, but on the totally cool thing, so Walker Mo's Ranger 2.0, my new Walker, has a cane like holder attachment.
That is actually so unironically, I somehow have become a semi collector of canes because when my grandpa died, I ended up with his cane, and his cane. All right, so his cane's a legitimate, like, pimp grandpa cane. Okay.
Ooh.
So he put a bicycle horn on top of it. Then he goes, and then screwed to the front of it. Okay. There is a little bracket, and there is a large glass flask that goes onto the bracket. So I am in possession of this custom item that he made. It's a nice cane, dude.
Ever.
But then somehow, when my grandmother passed away on the other side, when she passed away, I ended up with her cane for somehow. So I have become a cane collector of sorts.
That is awesome. I kind of want to get one that's also a sword, but I don't trust myself because I can just see myself pretending it's a lightsaber and then having to explain to the, you know, ER doctor how I accidentally stabbed myself.
Or using it at Walmart when things get a little out of hand.
Hey, it's crunchy or creamy. Get out of the damn peanut butter aisle, okay? It's not like we're coming here to, you know, figure out what peanut butter is.
Well, some people may be.
Yeah, but still, it's like, can we go?
Yeah, I don't understand that. And especially, like, I had to run to the grocery store this morning for a couple things, and like I saw like there was a person, and I thought it was a non-worker in this aisle. So I went around because I couldn't find what I was looking for, and this person was just like coughing incessantly, and
Oh, good.
and then like come to like figure out like this person wasn't grabbing something off of the opposite shelf as to where I was looking. No, they're like stocking the shelves, and I'm like, ma'am, you're sick. Like, why are you here touching all the other things that people are going to pick up and buy? It's like,
I mean, to be fair, I've been where you can't take a day off for being sick, but it's one of those catch-22 things because we've all been there where you have to do it. But it's also like, look, I don't think you understand how just germophobic I am.
yeah, like I don't like I'm not a terrible germaphobe or anything like that, but it's like there's people have cooties. There's some cooties that I want from certain people, but for the majority of you, I don't want y'all's cooties. Keep y'all's cooties in your cooter. I don't know how you.
The wiseness that we come up with, the wisdom of the wisdom of legal shenanigans theater should never be brought into question again.
No, not ever.
That's it. Hallmark cards for Val, for bail. I will accept your cooties.
Yes. And then for the people you don't like, except for you, keep your cooties in your cooter. I'm going to use that as a new thing now. I'm making that a thing.
I like it. I like it. We're making it a thing.
Oh, dear.
Oh, God.
I have a quick clarifying, it'll be fast. Is it fair to say that that first day you were working on the line together, you guys were flirting?
Who's what?
Was it fair to say on that first day on the line that you worked side by side, you guys were flirting?
Yes.
And that's when she started calling you right away after she got your number.
Yes.
And you were asked by the defense attorney if you guys hung out at breaks together, if you had meals together at lunch while you were at work, and your answer was no. Is that
No.
correct?
Yeah.
Were you worried about hanging out with a married woman at work?
Yes. We wasn't hanging out at work because no one knew.
So it was a secret.
We were on the DL. She slid into my DMs after she stalked me.
She definitely on the D something.
Yes.
You said most of the time you were riding around, joyriding, or going maybe to Grand Rapids one time. So over the 6 to 8 months, is it fair to say that most of the time you guys were at your house
Yes.
and that's where you guys were having sex?
Yes.
And you were
Boom.
Did you burn the house down? Well, I mean,
She did.
burn a house. But I mean, I don't know if you can, sanctify a house after that.
I mean,
At least rid of the couch, sir.
I mean, yeah, maybe he bought a new bed or something. I mean, who
I hope,
knows?
because I don't think there are enough cans of Scotch Guard to fix that.
Maybe
There's not
maybe
enough
it's
Lysol in the world.
maybe there's plastic on the furniture or something. I mean, and no, I'm not trying to do the stereotype thing. No, it's just maybe they're just one of those people. And
Yeah. I mean, it does keep the couch clean. It just also makes the couch uncomfortable to sit on. So
yeah, and this is how y'all developed in the South, as my people in the South. This is how y'all developed swamp ass, is because y'all
Yes.
have plastic on y'all's furniture. So
yes.
and this is your history lesson for the day. The origins of swamp ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
You weren't married.
No.
Do you want to be here today?
No.
Do you want to be talking about this?
I don't have a problem with it.
You want to be talking about having sex with the defendant?
No.
Is it easy?
I mean, no one does.
Yeah, nobody wants to be in this courtroom right now.
He's like, hell no.
Like, I want to look at this woman again. I was like,
It
have you
does
seen
kind of
her?
look like Denzel Washington and Samuel L. Jackson had a baby with poor vision.
Yeah. I can see it. I can definitely see it.
Like a more haggard equalizer. This is an equalizer from the Midwest.
Yeah. The first one was good. I've seen the second one. It's all right. But like not going to see the third cuz the first one was so good. Like there I don't keep up with like new movies and stuff, but like I kept seeing this commercial for this movie and I was so disappointed to know that they're making another one because the
God.
first one was so good. And like nobody has ever seen it, but the movie is so damn good. It's called The Accountant. They're making
Is that
this.
with Ben Affleck?
Yes. He is so good at playing like this autist person who is crazy with numbers and stuff, but he's like secretly like an assassin or whatever. Like he's so
always
good
hope
at it.
My accountants are also secretly assassins.
I mean, aren't most of them?
Well, just of my confidence when they're like, okay, these are simple math equations and this is how I do this. And I was like, oh, there goes my self-confidence.
You said simple math. Who is this simple for?
Yeah, I stopped agreeing with math when we added letters.
Oh, yeah. I spent 2 years in high school, and it took me an entire year to get through Algebra 1, Algebra 1, and then it took me the entire second year to get through Algebra 2, when through that entire time, I finished like 14 or 15 other classes during the same school year.
Yeah, math has just never made sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know, which is hilarious because of what I do now, but
And
it's just
such a freaking bait and switch because here I thought I was going to be like, at first I thought I was going to be an astronomer because I wanted to look at the moons and planets and possibly find my people one day. And then they're like, no, it's not about like looking at planets and crap like that. It's all math. And I was like, well, that's some bullshit. So then I was like,
Yeah.
I'll be a chemist. I'll look at all like chemistrology. It'll be great. I'll explode things. I mean, who wouldn't want to put me in charge of dangerous chemicals?
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, it's also math. And I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, it's when they started adding it, like when they added letters to math, like I didn't understand it. But the funny thing is like when in the context of like when you're talking about like programming languages and you have variables which are, just letters or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
them, like it totally makes sense to me. But like in math, no. No. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I also just it's like a language I don't get, but I'm glad other people get it because if we had just a bunch of Moes out there, we wouldn't have the internet.
True. I mean, that was what's his name? Who's the guy who lost in 2002 or 4? Gore.
Al Gore.
He invented
Gore.
the internet, of course. If you look it
Of
up on
course.
Wikipedia, he didn't actually do it, but hey. He likes to say that he invented the internet, but I was using the internet long before I ever heard of this canoe.
But he's super serial.
Yeah, it's like, because the internet was invented for the military, and yeah. So,
Well, I
Yeah.
always thought it was just a way that we were getting nudes.
I mean, I think I might have been on the internet for the first time, I think in like 93 or 4. I don't remember.
I don't know. I remember the first time you got like the AOL disc in, the mail and you put it in and you got the little, like,
The old
and
baud
then you went
modem.
in. Then, as soon as you got that, after your mom gave you the safe internet thing, you of course went into AOL chat rooms and pretended to be 18. So every single person in the chat room, I honest to God, was an 11-year-old pretending to be 18.
Of course they were. And this is where we get the wonderful show To Catch a Predator.
Predator. Because the one time it's not a kid pretending to be 18, it's those assholes.
It's the Popo or Chris Hansen, one of the two.
Pretty much.
It's a shame that the NBC
He
didn't
looks
want to
about
continue
as
that.
comfortable as a guy on the, have a seat. He's like, I don't want to be here. He's like, look, I just want to leave. Can I go now, Chris? Like,
Yeah, there's some gems of that. Like, if y'all aren't old enough, which I hope you are, to have not like witnessed the beauty of To Catch a Predator, of that TV show, there is a channel on YouTube called The Cappening. Watch it. You'll lose your weekend. I know it can
my
be a
favorite one was the guy that showed up twice naked. Like he.
Oh Jesus.
Like the
Yes.
second time he's just like, come on in, Reggie, take a blanket. We got you covered this time.
But the dumb thing is, like, he wasn't the only one who got caught multiple times. It wasn't at the same house, but like there was another dude who got
But
caught.
wouldn't you be scared as, all get out to ever meet anyone ever again?
But you're trying to apply ration to
True.
like irrational people. So like that's just not something that's gonna
but you
work.
would think as, one of those people who wouldn't fare well in Gen Pop, you wouldn't do things that would put you in general population.
You would think that. But I think this was also before like Gen Pop justice was like a common known thing. Because this was like the early
True.
mid 2000s before like social media. So like Gen Pop justice wasn't like the term Gen Pop justice wasn't really a thing that was common yet.
No.
I'm sure it was common, but you know what I mean.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It wasn't widely
We didn't have
distributed.
internet memes yet.
Yeah. There was no
There were no
lolcats
memes,
yet.
therefore it didn't happen.
Yeah, there's no lolcats yet. And I
Yeah.
don't think Rickrolling was a thing yet.
Al Gore didn't invent the internet. He was just the first guy that rickrolled someone.
That guy was probably the first person to get Rickrolled. Who are we kidding?
True. He's like, I have an important email. Let me check.
It's like you won the election.
Never gonna give you up.
Yeah. Hanging chats.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Florida, thank you for doing better with our elections. Maricopa County from Arizona, could you please work on yourself?
Yeah, I don't
Every
understand.
election, it's like 4 months later. We're gonna find out any day now.
I just don't understand the concept in the digital age why it takes people to count things so long. Like we have machines that count money, like and can sort and determine the denominations. So it's like, why is this a complex thing? Other than to say
Back in the
denomination.
day, we had scantrons. If an entire generation was raised and taught on scantrons, how can we not have one for ballots?
Yeah, it's like maybe it's because do you have to use a number 2 pencil?
You know
that
what?
what-
I always wanted to find a not number 2 pencil just to use on the scantrons, but I could never find a not number
They
not
exist.
number 2. I know they do. I never could find one.
Yeah, of course, they're just not common because they're like for specialty things. It's not like,
Yeah.
it's just, yeah,
Damn it.
Scantrons. God, I remember them damn things.
I hate them.
Fully
I have no further
use
questions,
all the
Your Honor.
circle.
Further questions?
I have no further
God.
questions, Your Honor.
Okay, jury, any questions?
Oh, I forgot the jury
Okay.
does have questions.
Got one, I
so-
think.
Was it good?
Really, Linda? That you're, like, so serious, sir?
He just sighed really big and he's like, oh my God, please don't ask me if it was good.
Please don't ask me why. Look, I was thinking with
Question
the
from
wrong
the jury,
head.
sir. Were you ever at the Todd Stermer residence or property, and if so, when?
Was I ever? Yes, long after the fire.
After the fire?
Yes.
Okay. How many interviews did you have with law enforcement?
One, when they came to my home that day.
Okay, thank you. Counsel, any questions in light of the questions and answers?
I don't have any questions on it. Thank you.
Mr. Kelly?
Oh, God.
He's going to ask, was it good?
Mr. Williams, why would you be at the home that had burned down?
I don't know. That's a good question. We were.
At least the man's honest. He's like,
Like
you know,
Linda told me to, and I was kind of scared because did you see what happened to Todd? All right. So I wasn't going to tell her nothing.
yeah, it's like, you know what, sir? In hindsight, that is a damn good question.
That is a damn good question. The Hodge twins. Damn
Yeah.
good show.
Damn good show.
That's a great question. Like, I don't know. I don't rightly know, if I'm honest with you.
Out of all the questions you've asked thus far, sir, that one is the great one.
That one is the good one.
I mean, he's not wrong though. Like that's a good
He's
question.
like, look, I'm not proud. I didn't say I was a proud man. And welcome, Vice Baby Raiders. We are finishing up, but again, this has been just a shit show. This is Samuel L. Jackson, Linda Stermer's secret lover. And dear God, has this been just an absolute S show.
Yes, it's been not pleasant for anybody, and I think that
No,
this gentleman would agree.
Yes.
Just out one day, and she decided to take me there.
So they were out joyriding, and Linda's thought for a romantical side mission in their joyriding was to go to the burnt out husk of a home she used to share with her husband before she ran him over after flambeing him.
I mean, maybe she wanted to give him a ceremonial.
I mean,
I don't know.
I haven't dated in a long time, but that just doesn't seem smart to me.
It don't seem smart, and why you would continue to see somebody who most likely, probably, definitely unalived their previous person they were in a relationship with. I don't know why you would do that. But
he was scared. It wasn't until Linda went to prison that he slept with both eyes shut.
yeah, I mean, but then again, maybe it was that good. Maybe he just couldn't say no.
Maybe the crazy to Smexy was at a level he could live with.
Yeah, he just could not say no to the whole
Probably.
bag. I'm gonna go with bag.
She decided to take you.
To the location, there was no house, it was just concrete. Everything was cleared. It was long after.
How long after?
I don't know, sir.
Well, you stated that this relationship ended sometime after the first 2 weeks of January, in January. So
Yes.
was it in January?
It was in the summer. It was in
2007?
the summertime. It was long after.
So it was in,
We were not in relationships, and we're not in a relationship. We kept in communication. We were still communicating right before the officer came to my home.
but
Two
not,
and a half years later.
but not in any type of physical relationship, right?
No. It was all over.
And did you ever call just to check on her to see how she was doing from the loss of her husband in the fire?
No.
Yeah, because most side chicks, side pieces call in and say, "How you doing with the loss of your husband?"
Yeah. It's this lawyer is something, I'm telling you.
But she was a
It's-
bereaved widow.
Yeah. He's like, be like, what are you implying, sir? He's like, was she gonna be easy? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, I mean, I don't understand.
Like, what kind of Hallmark card? Like, I hope we can still bang once in a while, but sorry about your husband? Like,
Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry you couldn't blow him out, but I would like you to. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to say?
look, my heart burns for you, but not in that, literal sense.
Not like Todd's. I mean,
I mean,
Jesus.
we're both going to hell.
I mean, might as well have some fun getting there. But hey,
True. Not as much fun as Linda, though.
well, yeah.
Sometime way after the burning of the house, you went out to see the property,
Yes.
maybe a year and a half later,
Yes.
maybe 2 years later.
Maybe.
Okay, thank you.
Just ending on a high note, he did.
He
the
nailed
best
that.
He's like, nailed it.
He
Well,
did.
shocking to no one, Linda was found guilty.
No.
I know you're shocked. With lawyering like that, how could that be? With a
Yeah.
legal mind like that,
I don't. I'm bamboozled. I don't understand how possibly this woman could not have been found guilty once again.
the face he's making, and we're over here talking like, "Oh, Linda's the innocent," and
Yeah.
he's
It's
just got like the fuck look. All right, you guys. Well, I am sending you over to storm watching because looks like we're gonna get all the storms here.
Yay.
I mean, I'm not a meteorologist, but my legs are much more accurate than our local meteorologist, so I'm predicting rain. But
Yeah, I think the more concerning areas for today are down in Texas and I think Oklahoma, if I remember correctly. But then
Yes.
tomorrow it's I think Colorado and Nebraska of all places. And then Monday, y'all can join me on a trip to Oz because that sounds like where I'm probably going. So,
Sounds like a plan. So that means by midweek we'll get it here, which is always good.
yeah, exactly. You always get it just a little after after I do.
Yeah. So I'll be reporting from an arc this week. It'll be great.
Yeah. And I'll be trying not to fly away.
Sounds good. Well, thank you guys for joining Legal Shenanigans Theater, Drivin' Miss Crazy. I will have to search because I am definitely not pulling Karen Reed for next week, but I don't know. I'll have to see if Iwu has something new and crazy because I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm
I'm
drawing a
sure
blank
they
right
do.
now.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of things happening. The Karen Reed thing is there's just so much.
You know what?
with
Lori
that.
Vallow did pro se in her trial. I think we can do something with Lori Vallow as third party intervener.
Yes, that might be good, because that's another crazy. We have a thing for crazy women here. I don't know if
We have
if
a
that's
soft
intentional.
spot. We have a soft spot for, women with Manson lamps.
For sure, there's definitely a vibe that we have.
One of these days, we're just going to do a legal shenanigans theater where we just do on a loop when Taylor Shabisness's last attack against her lawyer.
The WrestleMania one.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
I love that her
That's-
lawyer is like, this is a Tuesday for me. Like, God, it's Taylor. Like, what are you going to
Yeah,
do?
it's like, what do you expect? I mean, come on. It's the business.
True. Well, I am going to go make sure that the roast is done because everyone is starving to death. Have a wonderful day, you guys. Thanks for joining Legal Shenanigans Theater, where Mystery Science Theater 3000 and True Crime meet. Bye, you guys.
See ya.